Bhutan to host world's toughest ultra-marathon to raise climate change awareness. Simply the countdown has begun. 14 months and 13 days from today, Bhutan will host the world's toughest ultra-marathon, the Snowman Run, coinciding with the royal wedding anniversary on October 13. Somewhere between this and magnificence, the Alpine Quest will take elite runners from across the world through the pristine yet unforgiving landscapes above the tree line. The run will start from Bhutan and conclude in the valley of Bhutan. In the process, runners will cover over 300 kilometers in less than 5 days, following the trail of the famous Snowman Track, believed to be once walked by the abominable snowman, Heidi. The Snowman Track has been completed by fewer people than Everest. It is a trail that connects villages in the highlands and the country to its eastern, western and central regions. However, more than the scenic and physically draining experience the run has to offer, it is a call made by the tiny Himalayan country to convey a larger message on climate change. The initiative emanates from His Majesty the King's multiple visits to the highlands to witness the impact of climate change in the community. The entire race through which the Snowman Run takes place offers a perfect view of the effects of climate change, which are evident here in the receding glaciers. With a net carbon sink, Bhutan is just as a carbon-negative country in the world. However, the glaciers, which feed its rivers, irrigate agricultural lands of over 60% of farmers in Bhutan and powers its hydropower plants, are melting rapidly. Glacial lakes are at a risk of breaching their ice and rock moraine walls, flooding the valleys below, and then disappearing. This beautiful and fragile land perfectly shows the far-reaching and irreversible impacts of climate change, and is a stark reminder of all that needs to be done to combat it. At a reception hosted earlier this week, the chairperson of the Snowman Run Board, Cabinet Secretary Kisang Wandi, said that the run was envisioned by His Majesty the King. He said the run will showcase Bhutan and the leadership the successive kings provided in the country's conservation efforts. Wolf Country Representative, Deshan Dorji, who is one of the board members, said that the run is an activity used to convey a larger message, a message of urgency for the world and humanity to come together to battle climate change. Besides challenging the athletes physically, the run calls for the world leaders and global community to take bold and transformative action that will avert the greatest crisis humanity has ever faced, he said. Deshan Dorji said that the run is a symbolic representation of how a small country like Bhutan, with its great leadership of the kings, who are the champions of the environment, can contribute to addressing climate change. His Majesty has walked the length and breadth in the highland communities talking to villagers on climate change and its impact. He said that the run is planned for 2020, the year the United Nations commemorates 75 years of its founding. The 5-year review of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, and the reviewing of the Conventions on Biodiversity by the global community would also take place next year. WWF is calling 2020 as a super policy year for environment and climate change, he said, adding that the world will come together to sign a new deal for people and the nature. People will continue to have developments but not at the cost of the environment. We will find different technologies and innovations to develop sustainably. Meanwhile, as part of the program website, www.snowmanrun.org, was also launched in Thimphu on July 22. The Snowman Run Secretariat is currently inviting entries for design of a logo for the Snowman Run. A prize will be awarded to the final selected logo. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.